My name is Valerie Torres, and I'll be giving my narrative speech today. Have you ever felt like your success isn't really yours, but more like somebody else's as well? My parents are both from South American countries, and never would they have dreamed of coming to the United States. When they heard all the opportunities they could have here, that is when they decided they would leave behind their life and their family and come alone to this new, completely different continent. When they both migrated here, years later, they obtained their citizenship and met each other. That's when they had my sister and I. Not only did they make sure they gave us everything, but they also made sure that we had the education they were unfortunate to not have. Growing up, my sister and I learned that was the biggest sacrifice. Them leaving a country, but not only that, but without the education that they wanted to have. My father did complete high school, he also completed college, but unfortunately, from him moving to this continent, this country, he was not able to further succeed in his career. There was a time I almost let all these sacrifices go to waste, and I felt like giving up. I felt like I didn't want to further exceed in my career and my education, but I knew that wouldn't make them proud. I knew that would be letting all those sacrifices go to waste. I was always scared of failing in school, failing a class, because I knew that would be something they'd be ashamed of. I felt guilt, I felt shame, I felt fear of letting them down. I wanted to begin my studies in art and music, but my parents told me that would be something that wouldn't make me enough money to be a successful person in life. I knew I wouldn't continue down that route because it wouldn't make them proud. I then started going down the route of the medical field. What made it hard was that I had a passion for art, but I knew it wasn't seen as a real future from my parents. To them, it was a hobby and not a path. Their sacrifices started feeling like a heavy weight, more of a pressure for me to continue their routes and their goals for me, instead of inspiration and motivation. A turning point in my life was when my sister was reaching the point of high school, going into college. She didn't know what she wanted to study. She didn't know what school she wanted to go to. And my parents came to me for help. They wanted me to guide her and help her so that she went down the right route. During this process of her in school, she failed one of her courses. My parents then came to me for help again and asked me for me to help her and guide her and help her with her courses. It was something that I always knew, that I always wondered what would happen if I was in that position, if I was the one who failed the class, if I was the one who made a mistake along the way. But it surprised me that they were supportive instead of being ashamed, instead of being let down. And I realized that it was nothing I should have been ashamed. I should have been ashamed of. It actually makes us stronger, and it motivates me to keep working harder. I realized that it was all part of the process. It was part of our growth, and that's what really made them proud. My mindset changed completely, because after that, I was more open with my educational progress with them. I let them know about my grades, my classes, if I was struggling or not for tests. And I'm currently in the progress of graduating one school and starting a program here at CCM. And I know they're proud because after all, I keep trying hard and I keep trying to further my education. I know they're very proud and they appreciate that me as well as my sister keep filling them in on our educational process, because after all, it's something they wish they would have had for themselves. I used to think that success was about proving something, but I realized I was wrong. It's actually about honoring where I come from. No matter how many times I fall, what's more important is how I come back from it, how much stronger I come back. I think we all need to think about those times in life where we feel pressured, we feel like maybe we can't do it. We need to really ask ourselves if we're doing it because we want to, because it's one of our goals that we want to accomplish, or if we're doing it because we're trying to prove something, or we want to make somebody else proud. I know overall, my parents are proud, and I will not let those sacrifices go to waste. Thank you.